She had that look in her eyes. You knew she was the only one to shoot it. She stopped right here, rose, and fired.
Look, I know it was almost a month ago, but don't you miss hockey already? He blew zeros on a breathalyzer and later blamed his behavior on an unexpected reaction to prescription medication.
You get the key to the city, you get a street named after you. Bud, did you ever think a day like this would be possible?
Year two, the expectations grow for the Macon Mayhem as a whole, and that includes head coach Kevin Kerr.
All right, this doesn't look very fun, but trust me, the more you do this, the better results you're gonna have on the baseball field.
Who really needs the club? Let's just go to the bar across the street. That bar is the NIT, and for Georgia Tech, there's no cover.
It doesn't come down to the skill. It comes down to who wants it more and who has more in the gas tank to go the long way.
Don't be mistaken. There's a lot more to Chase Boutwell's game.
Very technical.
Heart and drive.
Work ethic.
Naturally gifted.
If you ask the amateur MMA star what separates him,
Man, every time I step in the octagon, I'm the toughest guy in the octagon.
not only does he have the heart, he owns that it factor.
He's willing to do everything that nobody wants to do during the fight.
That never quit attitude and hard work led Chase to becoming the youngest UMMAF amateur champion.
Win it was even better, man. I can't explain the feeling.
We're on the right slope, going in the right direction, on the right mountain.
As he works, his inspiration sits ringside.
I'm so nervous. Half the time it looks like I'm playing an instrument.
Every time I've been dropped, I think about my mom, and quitting's never entered her mind.
Because mom is enduring her own fight.
I've had MS since I was 24 years old.
To see her go through that battle, it's tough, but she's a fighter just like he is.
Through her battle with multiple sclerosis, her toughness is passed on.
If she can go through MS and having 8 brain surgeries, I can definitely go through, fight through whatever I'm going through.
And that motivation packs a powerful punch.
That flame that he has and the drive that he has, that he kind of carries from home to here, I don't think it'll ever burn out. With
his arm raised symbolizing his victory, the Boutwells became winners in more ways than one.
It's the one moment my mom, she doesn't have MS, she doesn't have hydrocephalus. Everything was perfect, man, and I'm glad I could bring that moment to my parents, to me, and anybody else who's cheering for me.
He is a playmaker. He's a beast in the weight room. He's also 5'7". And this is how Ahmaud Barron gets when you tell him he's just too short.
Very upset.
And this is how he'll respond to all of those critics.
Go and just work my butt off every single day.
One of the best running backs in the mid-state, the Tattnall senior constantly produced on the field, but his size at the next level always remained a question.
I didn't want to go to sleep, think about it all night.
At the end of the day, some that may have overlooked him, if he gets on the field with him, they're going to pay dearly.
Despite his short stature, Barron sees no limitations when it comes to game time.
It's not about the size, it's about the fight, and I know I have a lot of heart. It's finally here.
May 17th, heart trumps height. Barron signed with NAIA Reinhardt University.
There's no words for it. I'm serious. There are no words for it.
And the first thing he does, pays tribute to those who made this day possible.
Thank you so much for playing a major role in my life and just being there for me.
Love you.
Thank you. I love you too.
And that feeling mutual from his family.
Tears of joy. I was overexcited.
Oh, I'm real happy, man. That's like my blood brother, man. We've been through a lot, so you play like little kids.
The journey is complete for Ahmaud Barron, and the short man leaves behind a big message.
Always believe in yourself. Don't listen to what others have to say, and never take what you have for granted.
Well, we are through the first 2 games of the Hawks and Wizards series, and here's what we know. John Wall is really, really good at basketball, and because of that, Washington took both games in the nation's capital already, but despite falling in an 0-2 hole, the Hawks say this series is far from over, and they reminded us that Game 3 at Phillips Arena, and the Birds just come out soaring. Here's Kent Bazemore, Lob City to Dwight Howard. There's a Dwight sighting in the playoffs. I know, go figure. Atlanta up by 25. Hawks fan or not, let's appreciate what John Wall does here. There's a reason the man has a song and dance named after him. 29-7 for Jay Wall. Hawks still up 20, And there's a reason this series still isn't over. His name is Paul Millsap, 29-14 for the anchorman. Pay that man. Hawks still have life. Atlanta takes game 3, 116-98. Let's go between the hedges for G-Day, and let's talk quarterback battle. There's Hoco alum Jake Fromm. Kenny beat out returning starter Jacob Eason. Pick it up in the second. Here's that arm strength we know this kid has. Jakey up top, 42-yard touchdown to Jeremiah Holloman. Red grabs a 7-3 lead, +1 for Jakey. Let's check in on Jacob Eason. Second quarter, Jakey with a big mistakey. He gets picked off by Aaron Davis. Eason started out slow, but boy, did he finish strong. On the slant, Charlie Werner. Perfect throw, and the tight end pinballs his way into the end zone. Eason, 311, 2 tutties, and a pick. But Fromm, a huge day as well. 277, 2 touchdowns. And this highlight throw to Tyler Simmons, 70 yards to the house. Red beats black 25-22, and Mason Prince says, we got some controversy of brewing in Athens. Third time this week he wore that yellow shirt. Congratulations, Mason. Joey Hiller and Tatnall going for a three-peat against Mount DeSales. Cavs making it interesting. Top 4, Adam Leverett. See ya. Solo shot. Don't get too excited, Luke. Only run of the game for the Cavs. Bottom half, Tatnall answers. Trey Ham, the great Hambino. This kid doesn't even have his driver's license yet, and he's doing things like that. He's got dollar bills in the future. So does Garrett Houston. Bottom 5, GH Deuce. Clears the bases with a double. Three-peat for Tatnall in a game they thought would be much closer than expected. Another repeat of a region championship for Tatnall, and they begin their road to a repeat as state champs with a first-round bye next week. All right, that's going to do it for me. Eric, let's send it on back over to you at the desk.